let's have an update on how those seedlings I planted a few weeks ago are doing. They did. Hello! This video is going to be really disjointed this week, I think. I started recording some stuff last week, but then my week got really busy, and then all I had to show was the painting that I showed last week. So I thought I would try and sit down to just kind of give a brief rundown of what is happening. I've been working on a baby project using the bamboo cotton yarn in lavender that I showed before, and it requires a 2.5mm hook, which is fine, but the one that I had spare wasn't an ergonomic one, and I ended up doing the front panel about 4 or 5 times, frogging it, starting from the beginning 4 or 5 times, and then I realized I completely read the pattern wrong in the first place anyway, so I had to frog it again and start all over. Now I did this in about 1 day, so my hand has been really hurting, and I wanted to do a bigger crochet project with a bigger hook that was just a bit more rewarding. When you work with chunky yarn, it comes up a lot quicker and stuff. I found a pattern for a nice cardigan that I thought would be really good, especially when we start going camping later this year. And I had some of the rainbow yarn left. Obviously it's not a lot. So I had this project lying around, which is a cowl, scarf, hood combination thing, which was really fun. I put it together using lots and lots of yarn that I'd used that I just didn't have enough to do anything else with, so it was a big scrap project yarn. It's a really great pattern for that, but because I put so many yarn strands together, it was just massive. It's far too big. So I had a ball of the rainbow chunky stuff, and I decided to unravel this cowl, and I ended up with 1, 2, 3 balls of yarn, but as you can see, I've only separated them into 2 strands. Well, I unraveled this one into 2 strands. I didn't realize that I'd actually used 3 strands in order to make this cowl. No wonder it was massive. So I tried to take out one of the things that I had done all the way through is put a black or a dark grey yarn all the way through the cowl, so that it had a kind of a uniformity to it. No. The dog is bringing the outside in. So I took the black out of this and trying to unravel 3 separate strands was a pain. So I did it once, and I'm going to leave the other ones and see how far I get. In order to help my wrist pain with the 2.5mm hook, I decided that it would be a good idea to try and make my own ergonomic hook. Now, some of you might have noticed that I do have a tattoo on my arm, and this is actually a tattoo of a crochet hook. It's an esoteric themed tattoo of a crafty crochet hook, and I wanted to see if I could try and recreate this. I had some of this super light air drying clay. I had black and red, but when I opened the black, it turns out the black had already dried. I don't know if that sound's going to come through on the microphone, but that is the dog running around upstairs. Anyways, the black had a cut in the bag somehow, so this is dried solid. So all I had left was this red one. And this stuff is really not fun for me to use, but it is super lightweight, so I thought that would be a good base. This is how far I've got. So I'm trying to mimic my tattoo. Hang on, let's do that. There we go. So I'm trying to mimic my tattoo. It's getting there. What I might actually do is I think I'm going to take the top off because even though it kind of works, I think I just want a little, maybe like an inch more length. So I think I'm going to chop this off and just boop on the other end. So that's a work in progress. And because I had some of this air drying clay left over and I didn't want to waste it, I'm trying to make little mushrooms as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'll throw in some progress clips and just see how it's going. I also started another painting. This was a critical study of Lily Saker Jones. Did I get that right without looking? So far all I've got done is just a base wash, so hopefully I probably won't get around to it this week, but maybe next week I'll get around to that. So I have no idea what footage I have together. When it all comes together, let's see what happens. Yay, chaos! It's the end of the week, so how far have I got? Well, first of all, I'm very excited to share the progress of this. Look! So this is my progress on the Dreamcatcher. That's it, I remembered it. This is my progress on the Dreamcatcher cardigan. So you can see that I start off with the granny square, and then I slowly start building it out and then starting to work on the corners. So this middle square is all of the chunky rainbow stuff, and then this stuff is from the cowl that I frogged. And I have this much left of stuff that I know that is coloured. I probably have enough maybe to finish the other corner, she says. But I'm not quite sure what to do for the other corners and the sleeves. I have some of this pink stuff, which is another chunky, and I have some blue as well, which is a color changing one. So I was thinking maybe I could introduce this stuff with the blue that I unraveled from this. See how far that goes. That might get me like another corner or two. And I still have these, which were the hood part of the cowl. I'm pretty sure most of it is just grey, black, and then this pink stuff woven through it. So maybe I could get the pink stuff out, and then maybe I could do like a red and grey sleeve, because I think both of those are chunky. I don't know. We shall see. I do have some rainbow left on another project. Oops. I do have some rainbow left, but it's not chunky. I could use that, but I was saving it to finish another project. But that other project is also too large. So I'm going to have a think. Some of you have also been asking, how do I get so much done in my week? My week kind of looks like this. It does come with hazards. I still haven't got any further on my crochet hook, but that might change over this weekend. It's been a surprisingly social week. I even was going to help a friend with some small flower arrangings for her baby's blessing this weekend. I failed to take any photographs of that, sorry. And I think because I spent most of my week frogging, I really don't have anything exciting to show. Even this one, I frogged a couple of times because it didn't make sense to me what I was doing. So I think I've, as per usual, deviated from the pattern, but whatever, I like it. So that's my update for this week. It's been a really chaotic video, an insight into the everyday life. Let me know what you guys are working on. I'd love to hear what everyone is working on. If you're enjoying these videos, please like the video and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm. And yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think.